Hi all, welcome to module 2. So I hope module 1 has given you a small overview of what is digital marketing, what is traditional marketing, as well as what is inbound marketing and what are all the channels we use in inbound marketing and digital marketing and why we should use digital marketing. So as I said earlier, digital marketing is a face of your business on internet. So let's take if you do any traditional marketing techniques or else any newspaper ads, something like that, you will do advertisement without any target audience. But here in digital marketing, your ads or else your website or else your business information will be shown to people who are in requirement of your services or else product. So that's why we use digital marketing to take our business to customers. So now in previous module I have said like website is face of digital marketing. So if you want to start digital marketing channel, any digital marketing channel or working on your digital marketing channels, you should start with your website. So now when I say website, so I'll give you a complete brief on how to start a website as well as what are all the requirements of a website and how much it takes to start a website and installing as well as configuration. Everything I'll be giving you a very good brief. I want to keep it as simple as possible. So we will start with the very basics of a website. So what is a website? So as I said, the website is an online identity of a business. So it's a store or a office for a business. So for a website we have two requirements. So two most requirements. So actually there are three requirements, but we have two major requirements. First one is your domain name and second one is your hosting. So what is your domain name and what is your hosting? So let's take you type www.google.com. So google.com is a URL which is a domain name. So domain name is generally a URL, a website address. So generally a website address is connected to a IP address which is hidden, but for us a domain name is a URL, a link to access a website. So now we have seen a domain name. Now there are you can see like there are domain names like google.com as well as google.co.in as well as google.in. So there are many domain names. So what is the difference between .com as well as .co.in or else .net or else .org? So what are the difference between these domain names? So when we used to have only domain names. So let's take when we are very new to domain names, that time we used to have only two domain names. One is .com, another one is .org. So .com we were using for business and commercial purposes, and .org we are using for non-commercial purposes. And of course later part after some years of using .com and .in, one new domain name came into play which is .cn. So for China, so first domain name which came into existence is .cn. As we know, China has their own Google, China has their own YouTube, all those things. So .cn came into existence, and later on .us came into. So .cn is a representation of China, and later on .us came in, which is a representation of US, and later on .in, .jp for Japan, .in for India. So all these domain names came in. So now there is a misconception like when you buy .in, you will have more advantage of search engine optimization in India, but this is wrong. So either it is .com or else .in, whatever it is. Right now Google search engine algorithm is completely independent of your domain name. And also we have a misconception like, so let's take I am a food delivery in Bangalore. So we have a misconception like if you buy a domain name like food delivery bangalore.com, you will have more search engine optimization and your website will come on top to search engine optimization. But this is wrong. Google has changed this principle before 2 years, and right now Google search engine optimization is completely independent of domain names. So kindly follow this rule while you are buying your domain name. Your domain name will give you more identity when you buy your domain name on your business name only. So instead of buying domain names like this, food delivery Bangalore, or else if it's umbrellas in Bangalore, so umbrellas in Bangalore.com, umbrella Bangalore.com. So this won't give you any search engine optimization advantage. So please remember this one. Right now Google has changed a lot of its search engine optimization rules, and it's completely independent of domain name. So please buy your domain name with your business name only. And coming to .com, .in, .us, so whatever it is, it's completely independent of location. So you either buy .in, you either buy .com, whatever it is. So some people say .com will go faster in the search results than .in. So it occupies the top place in search results in more better than .in. But this is also wrong. .com and .in, whatever it is, based on your other search engine optimization techniques only, your search engine result will be depending on. So it don't depend on domain name at any cost. So this is a brief about domain name. So I hope I have clarified everything about domain name. And of course, when we are doing search engine optimization, sometimes we will be having blog dot. So let's take have a website called google.com. So google.com. So when we have a blog, so we will be putting it on blog.google.com. So blog is called a subdomain and Google is called a top level domain. So when you have a different website on blog.google.com, even then also search engine optimization will depend on your other search engine optimization techniques. It don't depend on your subdomain or else your domain name. So it's completely irrelevant, and this is a false search engine optimization technique which we follow. So now we will see what is hosting. So we have seen what is a domain name, and we will see what is a hosting. So hosting is basically a hard disk which is on internet, a server. So a technical name of hard disk is a server. So you need to put, so let's take, I am putting google.com. So when I put google.com, this page loads in. So Google page loads in, and you can see here Google. So there is a small page, and this page is stored in hosting of Google. So it is a storage space. Hosting is a storage space which is on server. You can store anything when you buy a hosting. So now a domain name has to be connected to hosting. So both these things should be connected together. Then only when someone types google.com, so when someone types google.com, it goes to your server through a IP address, then fetches the files which are in the hosting, so which are in your hard disk. So it is a folder. So generally when you have some songs folder in your laptop or on your computer, you will be naming it as songs. So when you double click on songs, you will go inside and you will fetch songs. So it's a similar process. You put google.com, it goes into the folder and fetches the files over there, and it will display the file whichever you have in your hosting. So now, how to buy a domain name and how to buy a hosting, I will be giving you a brief in next module. But before that, I will give you a brief on how many types of hosting we have. So when you put a hosting, so please make sure you buy hosting from well-renowned companies like GoDaddy or else Big Rocks or whatever, HostGator, whatever it is. So well-renowned companies. There are some companies which sell hosting even for 10 rupees per month. So kindly don't buy with them. They are all resellers and they have servers which are very slow. So your website search engine optimization depends on your server speed also. So now when you see in GoDaddy, so you have some hosting types here, which is called Linux hosting and web and Windows hosting. So you can see here, so I have just clicked on website hosting, and you can see here there are some website plans here, which is Linux plans, and the starter starts from 99 rupees, and when it says 99 rupees, you can put one website in that and you will be getting 30 GB of hard disk storage. That means your server storage or else whatever you call it. So you will be getting as 30 GB, and you have unlimited bandwidth. So what is bandwidth? So let's take when someone is loading google.com. So when someone is loading a website google.com and its home page, this is the home page and it is around 2 MB. So when someone loads it, they consume 2 MB of your bandwidth. So it is like a internet bandwidth which we use. Generally our internet plans comes with 40 GB bandwidth, 60 GB bandwidth, 100 GB bandwidth. You keep on using your internet, you consume your bandwidth. So this is a similar thing. When a user loads our website, he will be consuming our bandwidth. So this is the bandwidth. So unlimited bandwidth in the sense unlimited bandwidth. So you have 199 rupees plan, 309 rupees plan and 549 rupees plan, and they have their own facilities together. So we have two types of hostings here. One is a Linux based plan, another one is a Windows based plan. So what is a Linux based and what is a Windows based hosting? So Windows based hosting basically works on IIS server. So when I say Windows based hosting, so when you develop any Windows based applications or when you develop any Windows based website, so whatever it is which is based on IIS. So here you can see here it supports ASP.NET and it has Microsoft SQL Server and it supports WordPress. It has PHP as well, and you can see here it operates with a backend which is called Odin Plus. So it has a Windows Server of 2012 R2, and of course this is a complete technical information. I don't want to get into much technical knowledge. So out of these two, Windows hosting and Linux hosting, so which one you have to use? So I highly suggest to go with Linux hosting. So because Linux hosting supports almost all the web application which has been developed on Windows servers as well. So if you exclusively develop any web application or website based on IIS servers or Windows servers, then you can go for Windows plans. But without knowing what is Windows plans, don't go for Windows plans. By default you can go with Linux plans, which is easy to use. So I highly suggest when you buy a hosting, buy with Linux plans. So in next module I will be showing you how to buy a domain name along with the hosting, so that your domain name gets connected to your hosting without any technical knowledge. So this is a small brief about hosting, and now we will see what is a platform. So before getting into what is a platform, I will give you a small brief on which provider you should choose while buying your hosting. So I highly suggest to go with GoDaddy. So if you feel GoDaddy is costlier, you can buy Big Rock servers, which are cheaper and which are good in terms of service as well as speed. And apart from that, we have HostGator, which is even good. And we don't have any servers and any hosting plans which are very good in speed right now, which are serving in India. Only these 2-3 providers only are right now, they are doing good. And of course there might be some other servers which you might be using and which you are good at, but as of I know, these are all good servers and good hosting. And now let's see what is a platform. So what is a platform? So when I say a platform, you need some platform to develop your website. So as I said in the starting of this session, like there are 3 requirements of a website. One is a domain name, another one is a hosting, another one is a platform. So what is a platform? So developing your website on a HTML coding. So HTML is your platform. So you develop your website on PHP coding. PHP is your platform. So you develop it on .NET. .NET is your platform. Perl, it's your platform. So a platform is a coding or else a tool which we use, a tool or language, whatever it is, which we use to develop our website. So now here you should select your platform before you get into designing your website, because platform is related to type of website. So what are all the types of website which we have currently? We have 2 types of website here. One is a static website, another one is a dynamic website. So what is a static website? So static, I'll keep it as simple as possible. So static website is a hard coded website. So you use coding to develop your website and you complete development. Let's take after developing your website, you want to change any content, or you want to upload new content, then you have to get into coding and then you have to change your content. So a static website is a website which is static, so you can't change it later on, and if you want to change it, you have to get into coding and change it. Your content is in a static stage, it stays there, that's all. And now we have a dynamic website. What is a dynamic website? So dynamic website is basically a website which manages your content dynamically. So a dynamic website has a backend where you can log in and you can manage your content in a dynamic way. So there are some advantages and disadvantages for both static and dynamic websites. So but dynamic websites are most robust. So let's take if we are having a news website. So let's take Times of India is a news website, and they want to update their news. So if it's a static website, so it takes more time for them to put news. So let's take if they are posting some 10 news posts per hour. So for if in case of a static website, those 10 news articles will take each 10 to 20 minutes for putting them online, because they have to get into coding and again edit coding. There is a need of technical person. So a static website is not fit for a news website. So not only news website, any website for which content is managed dynamically, static website is not useful. So Times of India has a dynamic backend. So not only Times of India, any news website will have a dynamic backend where they can update content in a dynamic way. So let's take if it's a Flipkart, or else if it's a e-commerce website. So what happens on e-commerce website if it is a static website? So they have to code everything. So if they want to change price also, they need a technical person for coding. So all of them has a dynamic backend where content is managed dynamically. So now I have said about static website and I have said about dynamic websites. So now we have one more small thing here, which is Wix or Weebly websites. So now GoDaddy also, they have their own website building platform. So what is a Wix and what is a Weebly website? So now let's see what is a Wix website. So Wix is generally a website builder. So you start a website with Wix. It's just a one-click sign up. You put your website and they will have templates like this. So they will have predefined templates, and you can select any template and click on edit, and you can put your content. And if you are a free user, so let's take my website is j.com. So you will not get a domain name like j.com. If you are a free user in Wix, you will be getting as j.wix.com. So if it's a Weebly, so even Weebly is also a website builder. So I am putting Weebly. So it's a website builder, and you have to select your template, and then you have to put in your content. So whatever it is, you have to put in your content, and then you have to make it online. So if it's a Weebly, I will be getting it as j.weebly.com. And of course, you can buy a domain name later on. If it's j.com, you can buy and you can configure it to this website. Either it's a Weebly website, either it's a Wix website. So you need to configure to this. You can configure to this particular website. Either it's a Wix and Weebly. There are many more website builders even on GoDaddy also, but I am discussing only Wix and Weebly because they are most used ones. So now, what is the limitations of these website builders? So website builders has very limited features. So if you want to integrate some features like e-commerce or whatever it is, you can't do it on website builders. And website builders has their themes, and you can't enhance their themes. You can't put whatever feature you want, and they have their limitations. So sometimes their names will be displayed like built by wix.com and built by weebly.com. So they have their limitations. Of course, the similar thing goes with even GoDaddy website builder also. So if you are building a small business website, you can use website builders on GoDaddy itself. You need not to go to Weebly and Wix, which is costlier. You can use website builders on GoDaddy itself. They have website builder plans. You can buy website builder and you can design your website. So this don't need any coding knowledge. So building websites on website builder need not to have any coding knowledge. It's just drag and drop, like your PowerPoint presentation. Drag it and drop the elements, put the text, put the images. So now if you want to start a small business website, so of course there is a limitation of search engine optimization, there is a limitation of accessing the backend, all those things. But if you want a small business website, go with GoDaddy website builder. So now we have seen what is a static website, what is a dynamic website, what is a Wix website, and what is a Weebly website. So static, dynamic, and website builders. So Wix and Weebly, I am putting it on website builders. So next thing comes to us is a CMS. So what is a CMS? So CMS is content management system. So what is content management system? So right now content management system is completely ruling the world. So if you want to design any website, so either it be a business website or else either it be a dynamic website, static website, whatever it is. So not a static website, of course, a dynamic website. You can use a content management system. So what is a content management system? So content management system is a dynamic website backend where you can manage your content in a dynamic way. So let's take, if I want to update a small phone number in my website backend. If it's in a case of a WordPress, I'll just log in and I don't have any coding over there. The backend looks similar to the backend which we have in a PowerPoint presentation, and you can update your phone number. So let's take, I want to put 10 news articles per hour. I'll be able to do it in 10 minutes. So content is managed, content in the sense your text, your videos, and your images is managed in a dynamic way. So whatever backend we use for building this content management system is called a CMS backend. So now you can see here a CMS has a lot of advantage. You can create, manage, measure, deliver, develop, optimize, extend it, and modify it. So you can do all these things in a CMS. So if you hear misconceptions like CMS are not secure or else WordPress is not secure, then it's not at all true. All these CMS are completely secured. It's in your hands how you secure your CMS. So now what are all the types of CMS which we have right now? So we have around 3 major CMS which is ruling right now. So first one, I'll put it as WordPress. So WordPress is a open source content management system. So it is developed based on PHP and MySQL. And of course, if you think WordPress websites are websites which don't have much customization or else not secured websites which are slow, then you are not knowing how to manage a WordPress website. So kindly learn it and then you put a judgment. So but as far as my experience, as well as we have 27% of global websites which is based on WordPress. So WordPress is completely secured as well as it can be managed dynamically. So next things which we have is, so we have one more CMS which is called Joomla, and we have one more advanced CMS which is called Drupal. So this is a content management framework which is an advanced one. So in this module we are going to discuss a WordPress based website. So in our coming modules we will see how to design a WordPress based website, as well as how to buy it, how to configure it, how to create pages, all those things we will see in coming modules. So but as of now we have WordPress here. So you can see here WordPress is a free and open source content management system. So you can download WordPress and you can install it on your server. So if you buy Linux based hosting, you can install your WordPress from the Linux backend itself. So I'll show you that one also when we get into the integration part. So now you can just put WordPress download. You will be redirected to wordpress.org and you can download your WordPress here. So you can see here download WordPress. You can download it and you can upload to your server and you can install it. Of course this is a long process and I don't suggest you to go with this process. we have other process for this one which I will be showing you in coming modules. So now there are two types of WordPress actually. So if you see here, previously we have been redirected to wordpress.org, and right now you can see here wordpress.com. What is wordpress.com and what is wordpress.org? So wordpress.org is a open source tool. You can download it and you can use it, you can modify it, you can do whatever you want on wordpress.org. The complete backend will be in your hands. But here, as I said earlier, wordpress.com will provide you a hosting as well. So now let's take, I want to design a website which is called j.com. So now if I design a website on wordpress.com with a single click, it is j.wordpress.com. Of course, I can buy a j.com and I can configure it here, but it's WordPress hosting is little bit costlier when compared to GoDaddy hosting. So when wordpress.com provides you hosting as well for your website, but for wordpress.org you need to buy a hosting and you need to download this particular WordPress open source tool, and then you have to install it, or else you can just install it through your Linux backend as well, which I will be discussing in the later part. So please remember, wordpress.org is free to download and you have to buy a hosting so that you can install this WordPress. And wordpress.com is a hosting based plan where you can you can install your WordPress for free. So if you buy it, you can see here free starts with 0 rupees and 200 rupees per month, which comes with a domain name and the other things which comes with different facilities. But I highly suggest to go with other hosting, buy a hosting and install WordPress, which is a open source, so that you will have complete control of your website. So of course WordPress hosting is costlier when compared to other hosting plans. So that's why we will be buying a hosting differently and we will be installing WordPress. So I will be showing you that one as well. So now we will see why WordPress. So as I said earlier, WordPress is easy to use, so easy to integrate as well. So we will see how to install a WordPress with just one single click, and it's 100% customizable. So you can put whatever design you want. So if you want, so you can enhance it however you want, and you can customize it however you want, and it's open source. So what is open source? So open source is, it can be downloaded by anyone and it can be used for commercial purposes. So not only personal purposes, it can be used for commercial purposes. So we will call it as open source, and it comes under GPL license. So you can see it here. I am just putting download WordPress, and you can see here. So it comes with GPL license and it is free to download. It don't have any sign-ups or whatever it is. It's free to download, and of course it's cost effective. As I told earlier, wordpress.com is costlier. So what we are going to do is, we are going to buy a hosting from GoDaddy here and we are going to install our WordPress. So that's why it's cost effective, and it comes with 99 rupees per month, which we will be dealing in the later part. So now you can see here we have what is the differences between wordpress.org as well as wordpress.com. So please remember, I am once again repeating the same thing. WordPress is a web development platform, which a dynamic web development platform. You install it, you install a theme, and your website is ready. So content is managed in a dynamic way. So here wordpress.org, it requires a hosting account. As I said earlier, wordpress.com, it's a hosted version. wordpress.com itself, they have their own hosting, and it is hosted on their own servers. And you can see here unlimited options in themes, plugins and customization in wordpress.org, but in wordpress.com we don't have it, and it requires ongoing site maintenance. And wordpress.com, they take care of their own site maintenance. And you have unlimited options for monetizing your site. So what is monetizing? Monetizing is earning money from your website. And here you have limited options for monetizing your site, and revenue sharing is required. And this is for business, bloggers, and who want to make money, and hobbyists who like to control. And this is for hobby bloggers and dabblers and beginners. So we are going to go with WordPress.org, where we have complete control of our website. So people who don't know previously what is WordPress.org and what is WordPress.com, this is the difference between WordPress.org and WordPress.com. And of course, WordPress.org and WordPress.com has different websites. So you can see here, this comes with .org and that comes with .com. So this is complete information about WordPress, as well as static, dynamic, Wix and Weebly website, and what is a platform, and domain name, hosting, as well as platform. So I think I have given you a very good brief about domain name, hosting, platform, static website, and what is a dynamic website, and what are website builders, and why Wix and Weebly are website builders, and what is the limitation of website builders. They are all completely template based, and of course they can't be customized more than a certain feature level. So and we have seen what is a content management system, which is WordPress. So of course we have Joomla and Drupal as well, which are all advanced, and right now usage of Joomla and Drupal is coming down when compared to WordPress, because WordPress is getting updated frequently. So this is our second module, and I hope I have covered everything in a very good manner. So if you have any queries, feel free to contact me on my Facebook page, and I'll be sharing the Facebook group link as well, and you can put your queries on Facebook group and I'll be answering that. And stay tuned. So we will be having practical sessions from tomorrow, where we will be installing WordPress, and we will be seeing how to work with WordPress, all those things. Thank you very much. Stay tuned.